So, if you are trying to look good, right? Like you want your body to look a certain way, there are 3 things that have to happen. Okay, there's 3 different things that are going to go into play. Okay, but there's 2 things that you have to do. So 5 total points we're going to have in this video. All right. So the 2 things that we can do if we want to change how we look physically. Okay, we can either build muscle or we can either lose body fat. All right. So both of those. All right, it's going to have the different points, right? So there's 3 things that you can possibly do when it comes to fitness, okay? But when it comes to looking good, there's 2 actions or 2 processes that you must undertake. So build muscle or lose body fat. To do those, okay, it's helpful to separate it just into the components of fitness so your mind understands what goes with what. So you want to build muscle, okay, you have to work out. You want to lose body fat, okay, you have to eat right to lose body fat, right? Muscle goes hand in hand with nutrition, but think about it. Build muscle, work out. Lose body fat, eat right, okay? But then the last point there is you have to work out, eat right, but you have to do both consistently. So when you think of fitness, nutrition, accountability, when everyone's like, fitness, nutrition, accountability, it's work out, eat right, but do the first 2 in 2 options. You can do the first 2 consistently and just make yourself do it, or you can figure out a way for the first 2 to not really feel that hard. So like, you know what I mean? That's why people do like the boxing classes, or you do booty boot camp, whatever it is, okay? Whatever way you do it that you enjoy, okay? Make it so you can do fitness nutrition in a way that you enjoy, okay? But in terms of how we're going to look good, right? There's 2 things. We can build muscle or lose body fat. Okay, so to build muscle, okay, and to lose body fat, there's going to be the 3 levers we can pull, like big macro levers, okay? So it's going to be the calories we consume, the protein we consume, and then how much we lift, all right? So we can control all 3 of those things. We can control how we appear physically. Now, I understand that you might feel that you have to eat organic and blah, blah. Yes, you can get as complicated as you want, but for me, trying to get everything right and eat 10,000 different foods a day to get my natural food-based nutrients, like I just track my calories, eat enough protein, work out, and take a multivitamin. All right, that is for real it. Yeah, you can get complicated, okay? But the idea, the principles are going to remain the same. You need to control your calories, and think of these as 1A, 1B, and 1C. It's not a hierarchy. It's 1A, 1B, and 1C all must occur if you want to look at yourself in the mirror and like what you see. So you have to be in a certain calorie range for whatever your goal is, okay? You have to eat enough protein, and again, it goes hand in hand. Calories, protein, volume, right, in terms of how much food are you eating, how much protein are you eating, and how much are you working out, okay? So let's start with A, calories, okay? Whether you want to gain muscle or lose body fat, whatever it is, you're going to have to eat a certain amount of calories to gain weight or lose weight. So when we think calories, and again, now it can get more complicated, but just for your own mind, think about it. Work out, build muscle. Eat right, lose body fat. Accountability, just do it consistently. So when we think of calories, again, just think, okay? Just think of calories as weight, macros, or calories as weight, protein as body fat. Yes, I understand. Like, just hear me out. Calories as weight, protein as body fat, volume as muscle. Okay, hear me out. Okay, so the baseline here, and when I talk about just plug it, just match. When I say like match a term to an outcome, it's because it is better for your mind just to assume that's what happens, because you need all of them to happen. And yes, it will all happen at once, 100%. But if you're able to put each one to one, you'll be able to understand why they're important. Okay, so let's start with calories. All right, let's assume. Okay, let's just don't even worry about your macros and all that. Let's just talk about calories. Okay, so for calories, just assume here, more calories than you burn, gain weight. Less calories, you eat less calories than you're eating, or you burn more calories than you're eating, deficit. Okay, so you have too many calories, gain weight, not enough calories, you lose weight. Okay, now that's going to be the basic mechanism. Okay, you eat more calories than you're burning with your own body and working out. Okay, you're going to put weight on. But if you're burning more calories than you're putting in, okay, you're going to lose weight. Think of it like a bank account. If you're putting more money in, you're going to have money. But if you're taking more money out, you're going to be in the negative, and then you get interest, and then you're broke. Okay, so at the end of the day, we need if our goal is to look a certain way, depending on what your goal is, do we lose body fat or do we build muscle? I'll get to it, but let's talk about the three components: calories, protein, volume. Okay, so depending, if you're burning more calories than you eat, then you're gonna lose weight. For now, you're gonna lose weight. Okay, and I'll put them all together at the end. Okay, but if you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're gonna gain weight. You're gonna put mass on. Now, what that mass consists of, let's talk about it. Protein. Okay, so if you're gonna be in a surplus, yes, you can gain muscle if you're in a deficit. If you're a new lifter, I get it. Let's just talk basic though. So, protein. If you're eating a bunch of calories, okay, let's say we're eating either too much or too little. No matter what, if a good amount of those calories consist of protein, that's gonna be a good indicator for somebody who's gonna look good. Right? Whether you're trying to build muscle or lose body fat, if you're trying to put on weight, if you're eating more calories than you're consuming, you're adding mass to your body, you're adding energy, mass to your body, okay? But because that mass consists of protein, okay, assuming, like I said, 1A, 1B, 1C, assuming you're working out, you're gonna be in the process of building muscle. You're gonna break your muscle down and you're gonna consume protein, which is going to assist, okay, when you do build muscle. If your majority of your calories are protein, a good bit of them, you're going to build muscle by working out. So they're all going to go hand in hand, right? Because you're going to work out, you're going to have more calories, so it means you're going to add mass to your frame, but also because of those calories, they consist of protein, it's going to aid in building muscle. All right, they all are either 1A, 1B, 1C. They're all interlinked. So you can't just you can't eat a bunch of protein and have good calories but not work out because you're not going to build muscle. But the same way, you can't have high protein, work out, but you're not eating any calories at all. You're eating you're going to wither away. Okay, so the idea is you have to have a balance of all three, but it's 1A, 1B, 1C, and I'm breaking them down. So there's your protein. So you're eating calories for your goal, okay, but as a constant, right, protein needs to be constant. Whether you're trying to gain muscle or lose body fat, I would just make protein a constant. Yeah, you can mess with it, blah, 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 but if you just eat a gram per pound of body weight a day, okay, that's a good, if I weigh 180 pounds, I eat 180 grams of protein, and then whatever else I want, okay, then here's where, when we get into the lifestyle of how we actually do this, here's how I eat, okay. Depending on what my goal is, usually I would say for your goal, either plus 250 to 500 calories or minus 250 to 500 calories for gain weight or lose weight. Okay, any more than that, if you're trying to get 1,000 deficit or just starve yourself, you're gonna lose muscle mass too. So I want to gain what I want to gain and lose what I want to lose. If I want to gain muscle majority. If I want to lose body fat majority. And it's kind of a slow process, right? You can't tell a woman to have a baby in 3 months. Shit just has to take time if you want the best result, right? It's just one of those things. So, again, okay, how I eat is I get my protein in. I just eat really good protein, and then at the end of the day, if I have calories left over, I'll just eat whatever I want, or, hey, I'll just eat healthy. You know what I mean? If I want to eat, if I'm hungry, I'll just eat a lot of healthy food. Or if I hit my protein, I'm whatever, I'll eat ice cream or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because if you're in a certain calorie range and you hit your protein and I've worked out, I'm going to look a certain way. Yeah, organic, great. I take a multivitamin, okay? Come on. The vitamins and shit you're going to get in this bioavailable, cut the shit. Cut the shit. You want to look in the mirror and how you look. All right. So if you look in the mirror and you eat all these bioavailable foods, but you hate yourself, okay? Is it really worth it? No. Okay. So whatever minerals or vitamins you're gonna get in a men's one a day, take 2 of them. I mean, people are but when you take it's not the same. It is absolutely the same. Where do you think when we extract vitamins, we get them from food? When you have protein shake, it's extracted from protein sources, whey, isolate, vegan, plant. It's condensed. It's the same shit. Take 2 multivitamins if you're worried about it. Anyway, what I'm saying is if you just control your calories, eat enough protein, you can take a multivitamin, you'll feel good, and if you're working out, you'll feel even better. And assuming you're sleeping well, right, it's going to be great, okay? Now, so we have enough. We're hitting our calories depending on where we want to gain weight, lose weight. We're eating enough protein consistently, gram per pound of body weight. Good. So now we have to work out, okay? So we've kind of covered what needs to happen. If you want to build muscle, all right, protein's going to be constant. We need the same amount of protein. But if you want to build muscle, you need to be in some kind of surplus. Here's the thing. It can get complicated if you're very new to fitness. Because if you're putting a ton of stimulus on your muscles and you start eating a bunch more protein, you're absolutely going to gain muscle because it's way more than they've had. So you're going to see an effect. When you talk about you have to be in a surplus, have to be in a deficit, that is more for an advanced lifter who has a decent body fat percentage already. Like if you're 40% body fat, I would recommend losing the body fat, and then once you are like at like a good body fat, maybe like 8 or like 10%, like you are like skinnier, then I would maybe add some muscle, and then you can just shave the rest of the fat off once you have muscle, because once you take the fat off after you've already gained muscle, you have muscle underneath it and you'll look good. Because the goal is to look good. The goal is to look good. I don't care about your kettlebells. I don't care about power cleans. I don't care about bioavailability. I don't care about your egg yolks. I don't care. I want you to look in the mirror and look like a savage. That's the goal. Because everyone gets confused thinking their goal is health optimization, right? No, you want to look in the mirror and actually not hate yourself. That's the goal, okay? So keep that in mind. When you hear, because it's really easy for me to say, never eat these foods, it's so bad for you. Like shut your mouth, actually. Like if someone tells you you have to eat a certain way, actually false. Assuming you just get protein in, you can eat like a dick. Like you can eat like an asshole and eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter, okay? Genuinely. And I as much as you want to, if you just like think about this. Most people like just wake up and eat McDonald's and like look at Trump. Trump eats like Diet Coke and McDonald's, and he's like doesn't sleep. Okay, it's gonna be all right if you just take a multivitamin. I think it'll be all right. Okay, so volume. Okay, how much we work out. So how much are we eating? What kind of food are we eating? Protein. What are our macros? And then, okay, we need to work out. Okay, like I said, 1A, 1B, 1C. You have to eat a certain amount of food. You have to eat a certain like type of food, protein, macro. Like what does that food consist of? And then how are we going to allow that food we put in our body to produce a physical effect? Working out. Okay, now, like I said, I don't care about functionality. I don't care about CrossFit. I don't care. Like, I want to look good. I want to look in the mirror. So we're going to talk about how we build muscle most effectively. You can absolutely build muscle with CrossFit. You can absolutely build muscle by standing on your head and doing a somersault front flip. Like, I don't really care what it is. Whatever you want to do. If you can't work out anyway, but whatever it is you like to do, by all means, because it's better than nothing. But I'm saying if we want to build muscle, there's got to be something that's got to happen, that, like, genuinely, okay? So what has to happen when you want to build muscle is there has to be a certain amount of fatigue, okay, that your muscles go through a certain amount of times, okay? And then once you stop working out, you rest. How much time are we taking before we fatigue our muscles again, right? Because if you understand how muscle building works, when you work your muscles out, you break them down, okay? And protein comes in cohorts with the muscles and, other shit, and they build back up. So they build back stronger than they were before. The cells of your muscles, right? They enlarge, okay? It is enlarged cells, right? Hypertrophy is what muscle building is, and when you think of atrophy, decrease in size, hypertrophy, okay, hypertrophy, cells increase. Okay, cool. So, muscle nuclei, whatever. Okay, it's not biology class, all right? We're trying to look good, all right? Anyway, so you break your muscle down when you work out, and then you eat right, okay, and you build that broken down muscle. You build it back up, okay? So now, how do we work out? Okay, there's a lot of ways to work out, but I'm going to talk about the most effective way, okay? Because you can get results a lot of ways, okay? But there's only one number one. There's a number two, number three. There's 100,000 million different ways, but there's only one way that's the best, okay? And I'll tell you how it is. So if we want to build muscle, we have to train in a way that only revolves around building muscle. Okay, So let's just, no running. No, we're going to lift weights. We're going to resistance train. We're going to do some type of resistance training, not lifting weights, resistance training. All right? So you have to put some type of resistance on your muscles repeatedly. Okay? So you do reps, but you have to fatigue that muscle. So you have to do what's called a set. But you have to do the set in a way that tires your muscles out, and then, okay, boom, you take a little rest, and then you do another set, you keep tiring your muscles out, okay, then you rest, and then you keep tiring your muscles out again, okay, and what happens is you tire your muscles out over and over and over. They are broken down, they're broken down now, okay, and what happens, oh, fuck, shit. Okay, anyway, so there's a certain amount of sets, right? Set, break your muscle down, rest, keep breaking it down, rest, keep breaking it down, rest, keep breaking it down. Okay, so what does that set look like? Baseline, just, let's say you're doing push-ups, okay? And you do as many push-ups as you can, and you get to the end, you can't do another push-up. That's a good set, okay? So it's not like tone, like, you know, you always see people doing like these little work, like these little, that's not necessarily going to be the best thing for building muscle. So you want to fatigue your muscle by doing so many reps with a good weight to the point where you can't do another rep, and then that's a set, and you do that a certain amount of times, okay? So you want to get a certain amount of sets, because muscles are different, right? You're going to need more sets on your legs and your quads than you are on, you know, your chest, right? Because they're bigger. You need more volume. But then there's like your shoulders. They can take a ton of volume, okay? So as a baseline, the most important part of this is that as a baseline, if you don't want to get scientific with it, do some sets. Maybe try 4, 5, 6 sets on a muscle, okay? Different exercises, whatever you want, okay? And then a good indicator that you hit the muscle well is your sore the next day. So if you know your calories, right? You know how much calories you need, blah, blah, blah. You eat enough protein. Okay, great. Now, you work out. And then here's the kicker, right? If you're eating calories in a way that allows you to lose body fat, you're eating enough protein, a gram per pound of body weight, and you work out and you're sore as a new person, you will lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. It's called a recomposition effect. It will occur. Okay? So here's the thing. What if you don't lose weight? Oh, shit. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's say, assuming you're not very overweight, okay? Like, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, okay? Let's say you start eating high protein. And yeah, you bump your calories down a little bit, but you're eating more protein than you usually do. And you're working out pretty hard. Over a couple weeks, the scale might not seem like it's changing too much, but your waistline will change, okay? So assuming you're hydrated, if you're eating high protein, you're working out, you're lifting, you're sleeping right, you're eating less calories, but your weight's not changing, but your waistline is, you're losing body fat, and you're gaining muscle, okay? So that's the kicker, and that's why it's awesome, and that's why, let's say you stay the same weight. If you're down 250 calories, but you're putting on muscle mass, you'll probably stay around the same weight, but you'll say this is fat and muscle. You'll change, right? So fat, muscle, you will 1-for-1 change. It is completely possible in a new lifter to maybe see that, okay? So that's why the scale sometimes isn't the best indicator, okay? And also water weight, like you don't drink water, you pee, whatever, you know what I mean? So summary here, boom, let's go. Certain amount of calories, either plus 250 to 500 or negative 250 to 500, or hey, keep them at maintenance, okay? How do you find maintenance? Just look this up online. Look it up online. BMR plus activity, okay? BMR plus activity. How do I find my calorie intake? Don't find a calculator. Figure out the equation and do that shit. And then plus 250 to 500 if you want to add weight, and then negative 250 to 500 from that number if you want to lose weight. Protein, gram per pound of body weight. Protein shakes, meat, Greek yogurt, whatever, okay? And here's the thing too, track your freaking food. Like MyFitnessPal, whatever, there's a million food trackers. Download a free one, use it. I use Fat Secret, green pea hole. Okay, next one. Work out in a way that allows you to build muscle. How does that happen? You put your muscles in a position where you do a bunch of sets, and then maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever sets on that muscle, okay? And you do really good hard sets to the point where you can't do another rep every time, every set, okay? And then a good indicator is if you're tired at the end of the workout and the next couple days you're sore. So that's a good indicator. You don't have to do any crazy tracking shit with all that if you just use the indicators, right? You know what you're eating because you're tracking it, and you work out really hard, you're sore, boom, you do that shit for 6 months to a year. I promise you, you're going to look better, okay? It's going to be a full course coming out on this topic. I'm going to make a very, very, very good, detailed, amazing, in-depth course. But this is just a video because I was driving and I want to, spill some knowledge on, some shit and bust the myths, myth busters of fitness, fit buster fit. Anyway, okay, you can subscribe if you would like. I just subscribe, if you want me to work with you, if you like all this shit that I said, if you want me to just do it for you, you know what I mean? If you want me to just hey, just eat all this food on your plate or whatever it is, let me just take it off your plate for you. I'll coach you up, make you look real good, real amazing. That fit bod, dream bod. There's gonna be a link somewhere in the description. I'm gonna do a call to action. I'm gonna say, if you'd like me to help you, I'm gonna say something that's gonna have emojis, and it's gonna be very pretty, and it's gonna be good marketing, because I want money, and yeah, I want money. Sign up. No, but you can subscribe. I'll subscribe, and then if you want me to work with you, there's gonna be a form. It's gonna be something down there. If there's no form, if I'm an idiot and I just didn't put it, and there's just something going on, just comment. I want your help coaching, and I will go to the end of the earth to figure out a way to contact you, and we'll get the shit rolling. Because let's go. All right, have a good one. Let's go.